Hi, I'm Rita, and welcome to Rita's Rescues. This is Pumpkin. I rescued her from a local shelter, and I have 2 more rescues at home, plus I foster. So the reason I foster is I save a life every time I foster. Adopting saves the lives of these beautiful animals. 2.7 million animals are euthanized every year. By adopting, you save their life. Fostering, you help them to find families of their own. And I know I hear all the time people saying, I couldn't do that, I never want to let them go. And it is hard, but it's important to know that you're saving a life. And that's why I do it. I love animals. I love saving them. So please think about adopting when you are looking for a pet. Don't shop, adopt. Hi, I'm Rita, and welcome to Rita's Rescues. We're here with Milo and Charlie and Tracy Heinrichs from Pampered Pets, and Jennifer, who is a foster mom. And we are going to be talking about why should you adopt a rescued animal? Why should you foster one? What are the benefits? What are the drawbacks? Well, I think there's a few more benefits than drawbacks.
Absolutely.
I have a little foster here, a dog that was found in our neighborhood and will be up for adoption. And there are a lot of dogs that we also pull from different different animal shelters. And so tell me a little bit about Pampered Pets and what you do and why you do it.
Pampered Pets was started in 2007 by 3 ladies, one of being myself. We came from another rescue that went defunct, and we decided we still wanted to rescue, so we started Pampered Pets. Pampered Pets rescues small breed dogs, domesticated bunnies, and cats. So we pretty much have our hands full.
Yeah.
Desperately in need of foster homes for all
So
species.
why would somebody want to foster?
Well, some people maybe can't have one, full time, and fostering as a way to interact with an animal, with a dog, cat, bunny, but yet, adopt it out to a good home, and then they can keep doing that. There's a lot of our fosters that have their own animals.
Milo's a little camera shy, aren't you?
Yes, he is.
Are you camera shy?
He's a little nervous.
Okay.
But some people just want to help get the animals out of the shelters where otherwise they may be euthanized, and get them good homes.
And that is really the main benefit of, finding these rescues, pulling them and getting them in a foster home so they're not killed. If they don't have the room, they don't have the room, and they put them down.
Yes.
Beautiful animals like this. So how many people do you have in your organization who
We
are
have 11 volunteers
fosters?
presently.
Hey, Milo.
Some are just sewers that sew things for our fundraisers that we do. We run off 100% donations and fundraising. That's it.
What kind of fundraisers do you do?
We do a lot of the local adoption events that our local shelters put on. where we can bring our animals. People can see them. We never adopt on site, but people at least can interact with the animal, touch the animal, you know, and then if they're interested, they can go ahead and go to our website and fill out an application.
And what is your website?
It is www.pamperedpetsanimalrescue.org.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And if they go to your website and they fill out an application, what are some of the key things you're looking for?
We're looking for, and depending on the animal, but especially for a dog, if they have current animals, are those current animals up to date on their vaccinations? Are they spayed, neutered? You know, what their living situation is, that we may get a dog in that isn't good with children, well then you can't place that dog in a home with children. You may have a dog that's not good with other dogs, other animals, so it would have to be an only dog household. Our main concern is the dog is loved, always kept in, you know, kept inside. We would never allow an adoption to go through where a person was going to keep the dog outside.
Do you want them to have a fenced-in yard?
Yes, and it depends on the dog. You know, yes, we do, but depending on the dog, you know, we will work with those people. You know, if they have a plan, you know, take a dog a walk on a leash, take the dog to a dog park. That's great, but it really depends on the dog.
Yeah.
If the dog was a runner, you know, we want that dog to have a fenced-in yard.
Yeah.
Not that you would leave the dog unattended in the fenced-in yard,
Right.
but at least the dog has room to run, play without, you know.
Running into traffic.
Yes.
Well, Milo, you would have to have a really high fence for
I'd
Milo.
say a 3-footer.
Yeah.
Yes, Milo likes to jump.
Yes, he's a jumper.
So tell me some of the things that fosters, if someone is thinking about fostering, what would be some of the benefits for them to do this?
Well, to give a dog a temporary home until they find their forever home. A lot of times I'll get calls from shelters saying this dog has to go, and we have to have a foster available to make that happen. You know, we can't say yes to everyone, which, you know, it hurts, but you can't save them all. But the main, I think, you know, when I started fostering, I knew I was helping an animal.
Yeah.
I was helping an animal live their life. They weren't going to be stuck in a shelter, and a lot of the shelters we deal with, they're great shelters, and they can only do what they can do.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, that's when we get the calls. But you know, being a foster, I think, is very rewarding, especially when you know that you found the perfect home for the animal, whether it's dog, cat, bunny.
Yeah. I have found, you know, it's terribly rewarding, and you know, there are issues you have to deal with. Sometimes the animals, they come from really awful homes, and they have their own issues.
You don't always know what their background is except for what the shelter's been able to tell you. When I started fostering, it was because our dog had passed away after close to 14 years. And we wanted an animal, but not sure what we wanted to have. So we rescued it, you know, took a dog in from the shelter, gave her a great home, a couple health issues took care of, and she's happy she can be now with a family. And that dog otherwise would have been put down. And she filled our need, you know, grieving over our pet. So it worked out really great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, you have to realize that you are going to have, you know, some issues.
Milo?
And Milo has an issue that we're going to take care of here in a minute.
Milo.
So we will come back in a few minutes and talk more about it.
Okay.
All right?
Thanks.
All right, Milo.
Milo, hush.
Welcome back. We're at Rita's Rescues, and we're talking with Tracy Heinrichs and Jennifer from Pampered Pets. So, Tracy, tell me, I know as a foster for you that there's certain things I need to know what I do and what I don't have to do. So you want to talk a little bit about that?
The foster home is responsible for feeding the animal, giving that animal a warm place to sleep in the home. Don't have to buy the animal fancy beds and all that, but we expect the foster to take that animal in their home and treat it as one of their own.
Okay.
The rescue pays for all vetting, any medical needs, so that isn't an issue. We always have our dogs up to date on their shots, spay and neutered. Milo, what are you?
Milo does not like
just see
cameras.
something over there. I don't know.
Milo, you don't like cameras. No.
I'm gonna put you in the car.
Maybe it's because everybody here hasn't petted him yet.
Goodness gracious.
Okay. He's such a good boy.
And poor Charlie
what
down
is-
here.
I know.
And then there's Charlie.
Look at
Charlie.
goodness gracious. But anyway, I forgot what we were saying.
What is the responsibility of a foster?
The fosters are
What do we
responsible
do?
for the food, a warm place to sleep, and bringing that dog or cat, bunny,
Yeah.
into their home, treating it like it was their own pet until they find their forever home.
Now, what if the dog gets sick? What happens?
The dog gets sick, then we take it to the vet, and
You do, or the foster does?
the rescue does. I mean,
Yeah.
the foster can,
Yeah.
but we pay for it.
Right.
The rescue will
Okay.
pay for it. It's not the foster's responsibility.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Okay. And do you show your dogs anywhere? Is there anywhere? Can they see them at different places when you do fundraisers?
Yes,
or
when we
some-
do the adoption events, basically for the shelters, we will bring some of our animals, not all, because a lot of the animals do not do well, in that kind of environment, because of the environment they had previously come from.
Yeah.
So we kind of pick and choose on who we bring, because we definitely do not want to, make that animal any worse than
Yeah.
than what they've come
So,
from.
how do you get your animals? Where do they come from?
A lot of them we get from local shelters here in northern Kentucky. We do pull some from Claremont County, and they have a wonderful shelter. They got a great program, and I'm glad that Pampered Pets is on their list, because not every rescue is.
Yeah.
So that we're very happy about that, because it just shows that they trust that we're going to put that animal into a good environment.
And when you say you pull from, that means if you have a foster parent that is willing to take one in, then you can save the life of a dog from animal shelter.
Right.
Yes.
So it's really important to have the fosters.
Yes.
That's the main ingredient in being able to save these animals.
It
That's
absolutely
fosters.
is.
Yeah, you don't have anywhere for the dogs to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
If we don't have fosters, we can't
Can't.
save.
And these animals that have come to us, there's nothing major wrong with any of them. They may need a little dental work, they might need a little bit of antibiotic or something like that, and we just take care of that, and they're perfectly great, wonderful animals.
Yeah.
We just get them happy and healthy and then find them their home
Yeah.
where they can go and be forever.
Well, I have found with the ones that I've fostered so far, the difference is like night and day from the time I get them, have them a couple of weeks in a secure, safe environment where they're getting lots of TLC and well cared for, and they're like night and day.
Yes.
The difference is just amazing. It just, warms my heart. That's what had me addicted to doing it.
Yes. I do believe that when you take a rescue dog into your home and foster it, those dogs know, and they are forever grateful.
Yeah.
I really believe that.
Yeah. Well, this little one here was out running the streets, evidently, you know, got out and no one wanted to claim it. We put up all kinds of signs and messages and notified the vets and the shelters, and no one claimed her. So she was pretty scared and pretty skinny and, you know, just leery of everything. Now she's pretty laid back dog.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's happy
Say.
with her foster mama.
She's
Yes,
very
she
happy.
is.
And I'm very happy to be fostering her. So it's really important that we help people to understand the importance of doing the rescues over going to breeders.
Yes.
You know, it just makes such a difference in a dog's life to be able to rescue them and find them a home. And, you know, the breeding is just making more dogs available when we already have more than we know what to do with.
Absolutely.
Yes, there's so many in shelters that, you know, unfortunately are put down every single day. You know, if people would practice spay and neutering and, you know, get away from the money factor that, you know, breeding dogs is putting money in their pocket. These animals aren't disposable.
Yeah,
You know, they're a member of your family.
yeah, they definitely
They are mine, for me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it breaks your heart.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
And that is what drives me every day. All the hard work this rescue does, all the fundraising we do.
And, you know, it is work. You know, there's no getting around it. If people want to rescue, want to foster, you know, and to help us take care of these animals, they do have to put some work into it. You know,
Yeah, sure. Yes.
I clean up puppy pads, and, you know, they have accidents, and they have to be walked, and they have to be bathed, and
That's right.
go to the vet. But we do it with love, and they give us back so much more than what we
They're
give
always happy
them.
to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And they
fostering
also
an
make
animal,
great
sorry.
therapy animals.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they seem to know where they've come from, and a lot of them are great for training them to be therapy dogs.
Yes. Yes.
And it's a fact that you can lower blood pressure just by petting and holding the animal. That's why I wanted to bring Velcro here. And I knew she would be soothing. She just kind of makes you chill out just
Sure.
by
Well, look
holding
at
her. Yeah, she's great.
She's very well behaved for a little pup that was running the streets.
6
Yes, she
months
is.
old. Yeah, yeah, she's really pretty amazing. So, what kind of advice do you want to give to people to help them to look at adopting rescues over finding other dogs right now?
Well, you're actually saving an animal's life. If you go into a shelter and you pick one of those dogs, more than likely you're saving its life. Because they'll only hold on to them for so long.
Yeah,
And some dogs do not show well in shelters. They're
Yeah.
in a cage. They're
they're
scared.
stressed.
He was in the shelter. He was scared to death, scared to death. And he wasn't showing well. People shied away from him because he shook and, you know,
Yeah.
he barked. And he just,
Yeah,
he's 5 years old. So, and that's another thing. You know, people think that a 5-year-old dog is old. It's not old. And they still have a lot of life.
Yeah.
I mean, you could buy a year-old dog and it could have a health
Yeah.
issue, and you just don't know.
Right.
And I just wish people would just not go by puppy
Yeah.
puppy age. And, you know, if the dog is healthy and, you know, it's a good dog, it has the potential of being a good dog, then adopt the dog. You know, and I'm not breed specific. I love them all. I love big, small. Really, one of the only reasons that we
Sorry.
rescue small breed dogs is because I can't find the foster homes for big breed dogs.
Yeah.
And, you know, we don't have the fosters.
Yeah.
We can't save them.
Okay, well, thank you all for coming
Thank you
and
for
bringing Milo and Charlie.
Well, thanks for having us, Rita.
It's been great and it's been very informative. And hopefully everyone will understand and become more educated about rescuing animals. And we really need the fosters
Yes.
so we
Yes,
can
we
save
do.
these little animals.
Yes, yes,
All
we
right.
do.
Okay,
Thank
thank you.
you. And we will see you again. Thank you for joining us at Rita's Rescues.